This course is brought to you by AppyPie as part of our Academy series.
Now let's organize the launch of your app by continuing to fill out this app worksheet that we started on earlier in the course. In this part of the worksheet, we're going to focus on planning the launch of your app. So your MVP, minimum viable product, this will help you launch faster and cheaper with less features, but your core features, so that you can begin getting feedback and begin promoting and begin climbing in the App Store ranking. So this is very important. And you just want to describe essentially the core features very quickly. Of course, if you need more room, by all means, take more room. This is just that I left only 2 lines just because I didn't want to have too many lines on this worksheet. Now, there's also a lot of pre-launch marketing that you will do. Contacting journalists, influencers, doing business networking, talking to friends and family and enlisting them to help you launch on day one, creating your website, doing your SEO, ASO, keyword research, and all these things. You don't have to do all of this. For example, if you're not planning to do a lot of influencer marketing, by all means, don't do that. It might not be the right thing for you. But certainly, I think the keywords are really important. Everybody should have this. And everybody should have at least their friends and family engaged, knowing about it, and ready to promote on day one, contacting journalists and influencers. If you do that, I didn't leave a lot of space here because really if you do that, what you want to do is create an Excel spreadsheet, list all the influencers, list all the journalists, and document on each line what your relationship is with them. Did you email them? Did you already tell them about it? Do you need to follow up? Do you need to reach out to them for the first time? Do you need to maybe follow them on Instagram or Twitter and reply so that they warm up to you? Next is what's the cost of the development of the MVP right here of this minimum viable product? How long or how expensive will it be for you to create it? If you're creating it, it's all about time. If you're hiring developers, then it's all about the cost, and you definitely want to be careful of the cost so it doesn't balloon. And by the way, always note that the cost of your launch is not your end cost. You're going to have continuous costs to update the apps. After you have noted the costs, how you're going to promote, what your launch product is, you are going to have to decide, am I actually going to launch? Am I going to go with this? You have to evaluate the level of difficulty being how much money it's going to cost, how much time it's going to take you, and the realistic level of being successful in your particular niche. For example, if it's a game, there's like a million games out there. So only very few of them are successful. So the odds aren't good. So you have to take this into consideration and really decide yes or no. If you are going with it, if no, it's okay. If no, it doesn't mean you have to quit your app. If it doesn't seem realistic, that's totally fine. You just have to go back to the drawing board and restructure your MVP a little bit, the minimum viable product, so that it becomes cheaper and easier to pull off. And you keep doing that until you think, oh my God, yeah, I'm actually going to do this. It seems easy enough now. So then you go, okay, if it's a yes, at some point you re-strategized once, you re-strategized twice. If it's a yes, you go, and then once you go in, you start doing all this pre-launch marketing. And of course, if you are developing the app, most of your time and effort will be put into development. So you're not going to be able to do as much pre-marketing. But if you are the business person in the app and somebody else is developing it, then you should be doing this before the app launches as a full-time gig. All the journalists, all the influencers have to know about you. You have to work on building up your Instagram, your social media, all that stuff, making YouTube videos, doing the keywords so that you can launch much stronger, so that your time isn't wasted, so you're not just sitting around, so that your time is actually being used productively before you launch.